Hi, we are DIY Doctor and this is one of our workshops, but it gives me the opportunity to talk about the Master XL6 infrared heater. Master heaters are a part of the Master Climate Solutions group, and they really are fantastic heaters. We were sent this 4 or 5 days ago to do a review on it. We've been using it constantly ever since. As you can see, it's got some overspray on it, but it's been well used, and we are very, very impressed with it indeed. It's got some really, really very good features. But first of all, a little bit about infrared heaters themselves. Infrared heat is a directional heat caused by rays, and they heat the body or the object in front of the heater rather than the air all around. They do, of course, some of the residue heat heats the air around, so the air gets warm, but they're primarily for heating the body or whatever in front of the object. They're ideal for outside, as you'll see, for working in the cold on an engine or whatever. You can direct the heater at the person and keep them warm without wasting energy on heating the surrounding air. There's a number of features for the XL6. It's really a great little intelligent heater. The first feature is that there's a filter inside of the tank. So as you tip your diesel in or your kerosene in, then that's filtered to go into the tank. So there's a filter inside there. I won't take that out. It's quite an obvious filter. But the secondary filter, so the diesel is filtered going into the tank, it's also filtered going out of the tank. And it's quite simple to remove that. I'm hoping the camera can pick that up as I pull that filter out of there. So that really is a very, very simple operation. And that gives us a dual filter. So it's very important that the diesel going into the motor is clean, and that we can be assured that that's the case with this heater. So having filtered the fuel as it goes into the engine, if you like, itself, the operation to turn it on couldn't be simpler. There's a little on-off button. You'll see the close-up as I do this, and we can turn the heater on. That's it. Nothing else. We don't have to prime it. There's nothing else to do. Just turn it on. The temperature of the heater itself is set by this gauge, which is also a thermostat, and the gauge, the dial in front of you, shows you the temperature of the air surrounding the heater, to the sides and the rear of the heater. As the air warms, incidentally, as a result of the heat pushed out in front of it, the air warms. When the air temperature outside of the heater matches the air temperature in front of the heater, that will cut itself out. It's done its job. That's a simple operation, and that's quite a sensitive tuning mechanism there. If, for example, somebody cuts through a cable, somebody turns it off accidentally, there's a jam in the fuel pipe, if anything goes wrong with this heater, it will immediately cut out, and on the dial it will show an error message. And that's signalled by F0, for example, is when the heater becomes unplugged inadvertently without it being switched off first. That will register as soon as you turn the heater on again. F0 will come up and it tells the operator that the heater wasn't turned off properly. It's then just a simple case of turning it off and turning it on again to reset it. There are 5 or 6 different error messages, so this really is an intelligent heater. For example, if somebody's used 5 or 6 extension leads to get the power to this heater, the resistance within those leads is measured by the heater, and it will give you an error message to say, I'm sorry, I just don't have enough voltage to carry on. It comes in 110 volt, as this one is, and 240 volt. And as I've said already, and you can probably hear, we really are very, very impressed. To demonstrate the directional ability of infrared heat, I'm going to roll that back just a little bit there, and we've actually got a couple of tubes of ice cubes. I'm going to put one in front of the heater, about here. You can see the ice there. Make sure that's absolutely in front. And then I'm just going to place one about 1 metre away to the side. Okay. Now we're going to be able to see during the course of this video, or certainly at the end of it, that this one's going to melt and this one isn't. That's the beauty of having directional heat. We're not wasting it on all the surrounding area. In a big workshop like that with a leaky roof, the heat's going straight to where it's needed. We're just going to let that happen and you'll see what a great little heater this is. That's how directional the XL6 is, an incredible heater. And you'll notice that when we switch off the device, the motor still runs for 3 minutes to cool down the combustion chamber so that everything is safe to put away.